What's going down, my good people? I want to give a big shout out to my brother, D.A. Griffin, for the dope shirt. Defining art, respecting knowledge. It's a dope shirt. So dig into your pocket and go spend some bread. Support local businesses. You know what I'm saying? All right. On that note, stay blessed. Oh, go buy a shirt, man. Stop playing.
Spirit of my neighborhood. I grew to make you proud just like I said I would. Your care for me was essence, didn't own a dime. Time to show the love back now that I'm in my prime. When your chick is full of drama, can you be Obama? Life is too precious, learn that from losing mama. Loving the skin I'm in that they capped about. This body butter got me shining, what they mad about. Or is it the harmony that we all can sing? More than a podcast, this is for the joy it brings. Words of wisdom to these young innocents. Don't be a pawn shop for the gold diggers. Anything worth cherishing is worth the wait. Allow your mind to catch your body, baby, this is fate. They hate me cause my harmony is melanated. I pray for a mistrial for the incarcerated. A true queen motivates her man with voice. That's a woman's empowerment, now let's all rejoice. They hate me cause my harmony is melanated. I pray for a mistrial for the incarcerated. A true queen motivates her man with voice. That's a woman's empowerment, now let's all rejoice.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Melanated Harmony. We are outdoors, y'all. We outside. We outside. Okay, you guys know the drill. We are gonna start with our newest guest, and then we gonna come with our returning co-host. She don't want to be my co-host, but it's too late. Anyway, so first we are gonna have Spoon read her candle, give you all her socials, and then Nita will do the same, and then I will be last, and then we'll jump into the conversation. Sound good?
Sounds great. Okay, I'm Spoon. People know me as Max Spoon, Spooney T, all of the above. I picked the candle Courage. I picked this candle, I like this color. I think this is a good color for me, but I picked this candle because the Bible says the Lord don't give us a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and sound mind, and I live by that. You know, the candle says, let me harness my fears in a positive way and create strength in difficult situations. So I'm loving that. I can ride with that. And then we're going to pass it on down to Nita.
Wait. We need all your contact information. We're going to get that at the beginning and the end.
Yes, so sure. I'm a super duper OG. So therefore, my contact. I'm not too, much on X, but I guess I'm on Instagram more. I'm Max Spooney on Instagram. You can find me at Max Spooney. And that's all public, so you can just reach out to me, and I will befriend you. But then, I do cut suckers off, so I will scratch your name off my friend list extra quick. So no sucker shit formed against me shall prosper, that part.
I love it. And Nita.
Hi, everyone. My name is Juanita, also known as Nita, Women on the Rise. You can catch me on IG at NITANE RMG. That's what stands for Rich Brown Music Group. It's a publishing company. I have the candle, the yellow candle, which is my favorite color. It's laughter. I believe that everybody should laugh and be positive and just keep that positive energy in the air. So let me see the brighter side of life. Let the joy of laughter enter my life every day, bringing happiness and healing to my heart. So I thought that resonated with me today because I'm just joyful. Got my last child off graduating, going to college. So, it's going to be on from here as far as the music is concerned. So, yes.
Beautiful. Okay, y'all know it's me, Sincere, Melanated Harmony on Facebook and Instagram. Melanated Harmony 2020 at Gmail if you really want to email me something. And I picked good health. I believe in the healing powers of the universe and its ability to restore health. May these powers guide me to a state of complete well-being. That is all about me. And I'm a blue girl today, so this is what we're doing. Now, this is our Behind the Music, the Ladies of Music podcast. I don't want to make y'all seem like y'all old, but y'all triple OGs in the game. So,
I can take that.
you can take that?
Yeah.
You know, you guys both bring a wealth of experience and knowledge, which we will get into. And y'all know how we do. We always networking, and who knows what we gonna have this collaboration turn into in the future. Y'all know how we do it on this Melanated Harmony Dart Network set. So, we're gonna start with you.
Okay.
First, we want to go with your background. How did you get into doing music? What type of activities do you do surrounding music? And how do you fill your cup with your passion?
And I just, I would say my mom is a music fanatic. She had all the albums, the James Brown, the Cameo, the Gap Band, the Barge, Sam Cooke, Johnny Taylor, all of those good, old school albums that hip hop heads eventually mixed and DJs and DJ'd and made into the first hip hop songs. So I gravitated towards hip hop immediately because I had already, was familiar with the sound, with the music. And so I want to say my first passion came from like Slick Rick, Run DMC, love Crush Groove, love Beat Street, love breaking. And eventually I want to say when hip hop, when I first knew that I wanted to rap, I was very, very young, maybe 6. And I told my cousin, I want to rap, because he used to be with Too Short all the time, going on tour with the Tonys and Too Short as their bodyguards. So I used to say, I want to rap, and he was like, okay, spit me a rap. And then I'm like spitting like, I met this girl, her name, and then I said the whole freaky tale, and he like, first of all, you should know that, and then second of all, that's somebody else's whole rap. You have to write your own rap. And I'm like, oh, I gotta write myself? You don't do it for me? So he's like, no, you gotta write your own. So that's what
these new rappers might need. I'm not gonna go there, I'm not an expert.
So that's how I got into rapping. And then it went on to, back in the day, I don't know about you, but in our family, we would always do talent shows in the house. And that's the generation I come from, where, during Thanksgiving and Christmas, anytime the family got together, the kids did the talent shows. So that made me, comfortable in front of an audience. And so I did. I remember joining the school choir, and I couldn't sing a lick, and the choir director did not want me to be in that choir. And he was like, okay, he can't tell me no because it's rude, but he can tell me, you got to sit this out. So I remember just being like, I want to be in this choir so bad. And then he they did Thriller. They did a cover of Thriller. And I was so scared of Thriller. My sister used to be a bully and forced me to watch the Thriller. So I knew all the words to Darkness Falls Across the Land. That was my first performance. The guy who was supposed to do that part of the performance didn't know it the day of the show. And he was like, the choir director was like, who in here knows the words? We about to go on. And I'm like, me. And he like, who else? Who else in here? And I'm like, I want to do it. He didn't have, he was like, shit. Okay, T, you go. And that was like I would say that Thriller was like my first debut. And then after that, I did Wonderful. And I was like, that one, for one thing, it gave me the courage to like just the gatekeepers and the naysayers, don't listen to them, to tune them out, because I knew the belief in yourself, tuning them out and just keep pushing, opportunity opens up to you when you keep going.
Y'all heard that?
Yes. And then second of all, yeah, that was like, I like this. This is something I like the creativity. I like the performance part, and that's how I got into it. And then so I did, my first songs that I recorded on wax was with old school rapper Dangerous Dame. He had a record label back in the 90s. He was like one of the first artists on No Limit back in the day. So we used to do work with Master P. And my crew, I was a part of the Bad Influence crew. So my crew was Rappin' Ron Diddley, Mr. Ills. That was our clique. Mighty Whitey, all of us. In Oakland, we used to do ciphers with Keek the Sneak, with Yuck Mouth used to be a part of our ciphers back in the day. And that was like, that was like my whole life was just hip hop. I couldn't imagine.
That's really good.
So that was like the beginning.
OGs in the game.
Yeah.
That's
that
what's
was
up.
like, I want to say. And then at the high school up at EC, I used to rap in a pit at the high school. Yeah, Go Gauchos.
All day around here.
Yeah, and then I moved to Texas, and I started rapping with Red Rum Records, and they had the Red Rumbler. People from Texas know Red Rum. They have a deep roots and a deep foundation in the Dallas area. They was one of the first black record labels in the country. They were around. When with the Death Row and the when all the black people started getting their distribution, the black labels started getting their distribution. So it didn't go as far as as it really could have gone. I would say just because the major labels, the independent labels started becoming a problem at that point. And our label was one of the labels that got raided. But at the time, we had a good time. We went on tour. I moved to Dallas from Cali, then I moved to New York, teamed up with some producers in New York with Jive Records, connected with a little bit of the Rough Riders, and just started like ghostwriting, selling verses, bars where I could. And I hate to say this because I love to see, I kind of look down on some of the new music a little bit, but I love to see rappers that look like me now rapping, because I hate to sound like this, but I know that my look was one of the barriers from helping me break through further, because I had the connections, I had the music, and I had the bars, but when we were talking about that other thing, when doors don't open for you, it's not by accident sometimes. It's only, I know so many amazing singers, rappers, talented, go all the way to that gatekeeper, that one person that at that one time that that just blocked it, and then you have to create your own opportunities. Right. And I don't regret anything though, because I actually love the fact that I didn't have to do certain things that I know people had to do.
Oh no,
we're not gonna talk about all that stuff that's going on in the media right now.
No, exactly.
It's all, I feel like it's all God's divine plan where it is, and I work with the community a lot right now. I am up close, boots on the ground, where I can help people personally, help families, help other MCs. I can work, so. Yeah, so it's open, create opportunities. And so I'm I feel like this is my path that I'm supposed to be on.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
Don't never lose that. No, you don't. Once you got it, you got it.
Exactly.
We do have times in our lives where we have to take breaks and things like that, because things are changing, life change. So during your journey and stuff in your 20s and 30s, I don't know how old you is, but a lot of things change, especially if you have children. So
Yes.
that's another thing with us being female artists and things like that. We are the breadwinners, we are the foundation. So a lot of times we can't be out there like our counterparts are men. So
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of foundation, you didn't tell everybody yours today. I know you've been here before, but she got to give first-time viewers a little background. Then y'all can go watch some other episodes and see the rest. But she gonna give you a snippet.
Just a snippet, y'all. Okay, so once again, I'm Juanita Towns. Yeah, I grew up in Richmond, but also Seaside, Monterey. And so I've started a movement called Women on the Rise. One of the first female artists out of Richmond that had a girls group that was over 20 deep. For that reason was because I seen a lot of my counterpartners, my cousins, my brothers, they was doing their thing and stuff, and they always was downgrade women or talk, about us women, kind of like what's going on today, bringing the strip out of the strip club into the, overall popular kind of hip hop. That's not where I was raised. A lot of times when I performed, it was counter to the men. I wanted to showcase women that were still beautiful, same shape bodies, all shapes and sizes, doing our thing and letting it be known that whatever we do, we still women on the rise. We at war right now because it is a male-dominated industry, and so mine was not only to showcase artists and my talent was to bring women together. A lot of times, us women, they say we can't be together. We may not get along, but that's not true. It just depending on your organization or what you bring to the table. Because once you lead something, you got to show by example. So a lot of times it didn't matter if they didn't get along, my girls didn't get along, or anything like that. But when I get ready to perform and we have that show, we all a unit, regardless of what's outside. Just like family, you're gonna have family that's in your family you may not too much care for, but you love each other and you still get along for the sake of the family, right? So that's pretty much how I built Women on the Rise. Everybody that was in Women on the Rise was not artists. They was just, they may know how to, do events. They may know how to talk to a manager or a producer. They may know how to get the crowd started. They may be dancers. So I took all of our talents and what we had into Women on the Rise to formulate this organization of women to go out to these different clubs and open mics and performances to show them that we will show up. And 9 times out of 10, when a lot of men see a lot of beautiful women, they're interested, they want to be involved. So, my movement here in Richmond came from my background in music. My grandfather did the blues. My cousins, they performed jazz and blues and things like that. My cousins, they rap. My brother, he raps and play music and stuff like that. So I grew up with that. And then I took it upon myself to, I got tired as a female artist having to ask for somebody for a beat or ask somebody, can I go to the studio? Could you help me out? And 9 times out of 10, it's always men. So what I did was I went to school for music. I went and got my own equipment so I can produce myself. To this day, my cousins and a lot of men come to my studio and, I record them and things like that. I produce music, I've managed people. I am a certified life coach, so I do artist development and things like that. But it all just, for our community and for our young ladies to show them that they can't do it without all the extra stuff. But you gotta, depending on who's bringing them up, it matters, because if they're mentored by a man, then this is what type of look you gotta have. If you're mentored by a woman, then it's different. So with me, I want them to be themselves, but look at it from all different ways. If you gotta get sexy, get sexy. If you're going to war, go to war. You know what I'm saying? Like things like that.
Whatever they're comfortable with.
Right. A lot of times they're not told that. They just want to go in because, like me, I'm in the love of music, so I don't care what studio I go to or what I be around. But nowadays you can't be like that, because it's a lot of underground stuff that goes on, like Spoon mentioned earlier, within this industry. And I experienced a lot, you know, maybe not with a lot of top artists, but I was in those rooms, you know, with them, you know, whether I was noticed or not. Like she said, sometimes they looking for a certain look. I'm too aggressive. I'm too like the opposite. You're not just gonna talk to me like that. And so in my raps, you gonna hear me go to war. And they always be like, Nita, you hard. I said, I'm not trying to be hard. I'm not trying to be a man, but I just want you to understand this is where I'm coming from as a female artist, because in my era coming up, we didn't really have to do all of that, really. It was a lot of us that looked like us. Did you know what I'm saying? That
they
still
little
was up
Kim
there.
clones. They definitely are little Kim clones.
You see where Lil' Kim had all around her, which was men, right? So that's what I'm saying. She didn't really have her female, because back in the day, right, it was only one female per male group, really. If we could go back, Yo-Yo with Ice Cube, Eve with the
Rough Riders,
you know what I'm saying? Things like that. You know, Lil' Kim.
Yeah, one first lady per group.
So now we living in 2024. We making our own music. We recording ourselves. We can do something, run our own labels now, which back then it was really hard for female artists to get on. So for me, just keeping the Women on the Rise, WOR, you know, in place for upcoming artists, female artists too. I work with a lot of male artists. Half the time, more males than females, but at the end of the day, it's just like, you know, our foundation, one without the other. It got to have a balance. And sometimes when you're in this industry, you have to learn how to know where you belong, right? You got to know where you belong. Do you want to be an artist? Do you want to be just a person on a hook? Or do you want to just dance, model? But you have to have something to bring.
That's anything in life. You got to know yourself first, because you can't let other people dictate who you are. Because then you always trying to chase something that's not natural to you.
It's not going to come off authentic. It's not going to come off authentic. And people, and the audience at one point or the other will recognize that. That's why a lot of people, you know, have short-term careers, because eventually, you know, if it's not authentic, it shows. It comes out at some point.
And even if you're not a popular artist, but as long as people around you, your family knows, let that be that. Because that might just be what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to learn that. That might just be what it is. So I'm in another purpose.
Calvin T is a prime example. He's a legend to me.
Yes, he is. Yeah, I remember doing some stuff with him.
He's a legend. He's a prime example of, like, just stay in your lane, do you. It's gonna stick. It's gonna be rooted.
What is meant to be will be. What is for you is for you, no matter what. As long as you don't do no crazy stuff.
But you don't have to be alone. Don't be afraid to speak up. No.
Yes, I love it. So, ladies, what we got going on, like right now? What's coming up for your organizations?
So I'm super excited. July 6, 2024, Lake Merritt Amphitheater is Community Day. The highlight of Community Day is the Stop the Violence rap cipher. The rap cipher initially started off as a battle, but I just ended up having to turn it into a cipher, because the MCs who signed up were all like, I don't know if I can monitor my language, and I don't know.
Coming off the head, I guess that makes sense.
I don't know, if somebody say something that offends me, Spoon, I don't know if I can keep it, within the guidelines.
I can understand that.
I can understand
I can understand that.
That's why I keep it very on the line.
Yes.
Because nowadays they hit from all the belts. So
yeah, you tested my manhood in front of all these people, and it's gonna be on social media, and the whole world's gonna see it in 32 seconds.
Right.
So it's me mostly doing all the organizing. So I had to make a decision where I'm like, am I gonna put all my energy on this cipher, or am I gonna make sure that the whole event is well-rounded. So I changed it to a cipher, and I was able to move on from that that rap battle cipher discussion. So anyway, that's
For
the
now,
highlight. For now, but
you real battle rappers, hit her up,
please. Come on, please, real battle rappers. Yes,
it'd be for another event, but.
Because that's true. Because like in the '90s, it was not a thing for MCs to do what they had to do.
I need him to put up his. I'm sorry, y'all.
But the skill is dying.
Okay.
Off. But yeah, and then it's gonna be. I have Spice One coming out. I have Beta Weta. I have Emerald Brown, who's more like a spoken word kind of neo soul MC. I love her. Ms. Neek, she's a youngster. She's a newer MC, new to the game, but she's true to the game. She's dope. And a bunch of CB Degree. I have so many underground MCs and some old school heads. I got a special surprise for the audience that I'm not gonna say right now, but when they see it, yeah, you have to be there. And then Aunt Banks is gonna give a beat away.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, to the winner of the cipher, they get a beat from Aunt Banks. It's studio time, 2-hour studio time at Shine On Studios. I have a bunch of resources, community resources. There's organizations here for that's coming out for housing, some job recruiting, some mental health, I've been hitting up all the organizations, some art groups. I've been hitting up all the organizations that have resources who's willing to come out and just meet the crowd and let the community know that they're here and they're doing the work and they have they have, if whatever help, the community needs. I've been trying to think of everything that I see, the families who I deal with, on a daily basis, because I do work in civil rights as my career. So everyone who I talk to and see, and the issues that they deal with on a daily basis, I've been reaching out to all the organizations I can to try to have them come out and just be there and meet the audience, meet the attendees, and get them the connections that they need, so that they can come and actually not just have a good time and feel the music, but like leave with resources.
Right. No, for real. That's gonna be beautiful. That's gonna be real nice. I love a community event. Yeah, give me a good community event, okay?
I initially started it off. I initially planned for the event to be at the Eastmont Mall. I wanted to bring the event to District 6, but due to unforeseen circumstances, I just could not get it to work out in District 6. Okay. And it was unfortunate, but then I was also trying to tie in a Juneteenth thing too, and I'm really happy that I didn't, because Juneteenth has been official holiday for about 3 years now. And let me tell you, some of those Juneteenth organizations have taken it to a whole nother level. I'm they would have made me look like a mark out here with my little peon ideas.
That's okay. We got to start somewhere.
On a whole other level. I was like, that wasn't meant. Bless the Lord. He knew what he was doing.
Right.
So I'm doing, this is right after the 4th of July. Okay. So Community Day is after the 4th of July.
What again?
It's on July 6th, so it's that Saturday. Yep, at Lake Merritt Amphitheater, 11 till 5:30.
I'm gonna be there.
Yes, I want you to be there.
Yes.
I'm definitely gonna be in the house.
And it's funny because we just made Richmond Juneteenth a holiday. Had to sit on a couple of city committees and things like that. So they just made Juneteenth in our city a holiday.
It's a big deal.
Yes.
And yes.
So that's in Richmond now.
That's gonna be
it's
wonderful.
a holiday for us.
That's gonna be that's a good one. Yeah, because
Yes.
Richmond has a lot of history and brilliant people.
Yes, definitely
Yeah.
a lot of things. So with the Black Parent Resource Center, this summer we're going to be working with youth with music sessions. We're looking for artists, producers, poets, things like that, so we can collaborate on some things. A lot of times they don't have places to go, so we want to open up the center for that to bring that part of the community to our youth. Because a lot of times we don't have that, and Richmond is a hidden gem, as we are here in our beautiful Point Richmond, that don't get talked about. But now we getting ready to have our own Black Wall Street. A lot of us been in conversations about us turning certain blocks and part of our city into the Black Wall Street, where it's Black businesses and stuff like that. We have a lot of Black businesses now that's coming up in Richmond now. So I'm definitely going to continue to put the mark down for our students and our children in our community, as far as our elders and our adults. We definitely want to bring community back. So the Black Parent Resource Center has a lot of things going on. They also have every third Sunday, they have an open mic too at the center, 260 Broadway in Richmond, California. They also is having some Juneteenth organizations coming doing their events at our center, so just be on the lookout for some of the things here in Richmond also.
And conflict free.
She always want me to bring this up, but yes, I also do
With my
workshops.
girls. Shout out to my girls.
Right, thank you Bay Area Girls Club for letting me run my conflict free girl workshops. It's for teen girls on conflict and drama and how to be leaders in our community. So we're going to continue to do that as funding comes along.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it. I always bring that one up because Juanita invited me to come out to make candles with the girls. So that's my community time. That's when I get to hang out with the kids in the community and see what's new and fresh, because my own kids and grandkids don't want to share with me. But anyway, they out living their own lives. So, ladies.
Yes.
How do I want to put this? Where do you see the future of women in music going, and what do you think we as women artists need to focus on, and like the best next steps for upcoming artists? If they're like just starting out, what's like the best networking tools they can use, or companies or people they should follow to kind of get tips and tools from?
I think everything that's meant to be will be. I think that it will all play out to be good. I think right now it's so new, even though hip hop is 50 years old, like you mentioned before. It was very rare for a female MC to try to even, for a female or a woman to even attempt to rap. Mm-hmm. They didn't rap. They didn't know that they could rap because they never tried. Mm-hmm. Once they started trying and putting effort into it, they've been out rapping the men. So there's definitely a future there. I think as time goes by, people will begin to get their, develop their own voices. As of right now, what they're doing is what they see, because there's really not much for them to reference. It's, like I mentioned before, the new generation of MCs to me are Lil' Kim clones. That is her whole, the wigs, the makeup, the hair, the attire, that's Kim. And she was the first and only one to do it, I'm trying to think who else was sexy. I mean, even, Entice and Barbie, who did Don't Fight the Feeling with Too Short, they had the vulgar language. But they even had on biker shorts, it wasn't like the thong with the, with the sitting down with the gap open,
Yeah.
So,
She did take it to another level. She was also trying to take that man's man from his wife. So
and then, There have been, I don't want to go too deep into it, but there definitely is an agenda pushed. The money is put behind that content.
That stereotype.
When it comes to, people talked about back in the day, record labels only wanted to fund MCs who was talking about shoot 'em up, kill 'em up, gangster rap. That's where the money went. So the money definitely is going towards the Sukihanas and the Sexy Reds, and you see the, they got the best wigs and the BBL. They paying all top dollar for,
promote the righteousness.
But I think, out of all of that, even when, out of all of that, I think another Lauryn Hill's gonna spark up from somewhere. I mean, there are, what's her name, Rhapsody? There's MCs there that just don't, you have to kind of go search for them. But I think that it definitely is a future. It looks to me as if there's a bigger future for female MCs right now, and I think as time goes on, I think it's gonna people are gonna start to develop their own identities, and you have to, at some point, it can't be a million clones before people get tired. At some point, people are gonna be like, well, where's the new, the different?
Right.
And that's what's gonna stand out, and then you're gonna have to watch a million of whoever that person is. Of they clones. But the key I want to say is, I think the number one thing is just to I would say, is to get all of the knowledge and the wisdom that you can first. So I would say that to a new artist. Learn everything you can possibly learn. One thing Calvin T told me was read the dictionary. Like, develop your vocabulary. Learn as many words as you can, learn as much about the industry as you can. Like Nita was saying, she went in there and started making her own beats. Like learn the production side, learn how to play instruments that take it serious, take it to a whole nother level. And you're destined, like Prince, the artist, he played 27 instruments. He was destined to succeed. You can't be a genius and just be stagnant. It's not gonna it's gonna manifest something great. So I would say be a student first. Learn as much as possible, and just be true, authentic to yourself.
Okay. Go ahead. Okay, so what I see for the future of young ladies or women in hip hop, you definitely need to educate yourself. I'm always saying take a business course. That's just me, my coaching coming out. It's important to know your own finances, know your own books, things like that, because you don't want to come across with somebody that's doing it for you, that take all your money and you don't even know what's in your agreement or your contract. I always have a lawyer to look over major contracts like that, but don't just sign something because you with a local artist or a record group. Do your own homework, because what they're doing, you can do too. So I think that a lot of times, it's going to evolve with the female artists. I believe they are going to grow. I think this part of it is going to fade out, I think, as much, because even our men have stated that they're kind of tired of it, even though they're enticed by it. But at the end of the day, they want to hear some good music too. So I think that part of it is just going to die out. It just depends on who's mentoring again and who's behind them, because you should be able to come as you are, and that was a lot of barriers for us as female artists in the past. So we should be over that right now. So if I come just like this and I'm rapping, long as I'm saying something that you may like or you feeling, you know what I'm saying? So for me, just stay educated, continue to set the trends. My era ain't your era, so but still, like, even our ancestors, we do take a little bit from back in the day to make it more, for our future. So that's what I'm gonna say. Take what you have heard, what you have learned in the past, apply it to what you know now, and move forward with it. But always educate yourself so you won't be left out, of the not knowing. Don't just be an artist that just up there just rapping. And if that's who you are, then be true to that, and just know what what comes with that when you put yourself out there like that. And there's no disrespect to anybody that wants to be that way, but eventually for yourself it's gonna get old. Because I even heard Sukiana say she don't want to continue that. I'm changing, I'm that, but that stigmatized, that stigma about you busting it open, you know, ain't gonna stop. You know, that's just implanted in you. So you know, when you try to do
I don't
things.
know. Do we want to hear Sukihana talk about go back to school? Like you say?
You know, no, I'm just saying though. You know,
her be like, get it.
she might.
Over time, we need to take the steps with her to see
Because
the transition.
you gotta look at it. Her baby's gonna get older.
Yeah.
Right now, her baby's little young, you know, so I'm out there doing what I gotta do. But as you start getting older and you really start learning your values, you're gonna start being like, you know what, that was me then, but it's gonna be. I guarantee you. You watch and see. You keep following her. It's gonna be totally different.
Yeah.
You know, and it's gonna be hard for her to, you know, get out of what she created. But that's just the learning lessons for people that's coming up after her or with her. You know.
Really, you know what? It's really not that hard. All she has to do is just start giving back. Go back to your old neighborhood and pull some people up and do. Instead of talking about it, be about it. Just start doing positive
But
work.
look who's behind it,
Just
though.
start doing service, and that the actions is going to give you a reputation.
And you can build on that, and
Yes.
they'll see that it's authentic
Yes.
over time. But you can't just, you know how when Snoop Dogg all of a sudden stopped smoking weed,
He's a prime example.
none of us believed it. Like,
Snoop is a prime example. He still pushes weed agenda. He still claims LBC, Crip gang, and all that. But he putting in so much time in his community,
Yes.
where he's networking and you know, bumping shoulders
doing amazing
with
things.
politicians, with you know, major people.
Yeah, he's
he
doing
has
amazing
he has
stuff.
respect, you know.
And he still get to roll one.
And he
on
still
national
they
TV.
like, oh, that's just Snoop.
You know? So that goes to show you right there. Like, if you handle your business, you can do things that you never dreamed of doing in front of people you never dreamed of doing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think the women industry is gonna grow. It's gonna grow. It's gonna grow. And we always had that, like you said, the little kid. We always had that type of stuff, you know. But then we had other stuff to vibe to. So
I think the reason why it didn't, you know, it didn't grow sooner was because, like I said before, women never attempted to rap. Like, once women start saying, oh, I can rap too. I want to say Nicki Minaj opened up that door to make. After Nicki Minaj started rapping, it was something about her that made everybody else feel like they could do it too. Whereas before her, like Lil' Kim seemed like such a, almost like an icon. And Lauryn Hills and all them, they seemed untouchable, where Nicki Minaj felt like, even though Kim and Mary J. Blige wasn't around the way, they still had that superstar aura about them.
Because Foxy Brown and
Kim,
Trina, you know, they all tried to be like that, you know,
Yes.
but on a down south kind of thing, you know. So I think for
I love me
every
some Trina
region,
That's all I'm gonna say. But,
every region had
like
their own.
They had like the superstar thing, but Cardi B came after. I would say Remy Ma came.
I love me some Remy.
Remy, I remember, Remy Ma.
Cardi B is where I feel like that's where it changed.
Yeah,
with her.
That's
with
her.
her.
I felt like Remy Ma, because I actually was in the Bronx when Remy Ma was doing her thing, and this is like before she even like touched like mainstream yet, and everybody knew she the one. Like, she's coming. We don't care if she's dark skinned. We don't care if she coming. And she had like the team behind her. So it was like no gatekeepers to stop her. She just had mad love with Big Pun and Fat Joe. So it was like they wasn't gonna stop her. But when she did that Sheether. And like kind of tore when she did that Sheether against Nicki, and Cardi B squeezed up in there, and that Instagram era came when Cardi B was like the people felt like they knew her. So you right, and it was Cardi.
It was Cardi because she was an internet, she was an influencer.
Yeah.
So she was already
it was
getting her, you know, herself out there. Then she got, you know, placed on Love and Hip Hop. Then she was with Seth. But
And then other girls was like, I can do this.
because she came from the stripper, she can do that. But hey,
Yeah,
she knew what to do, you know. But he didn't know that he didn't even
get my teeth fixed. You know, this cricket nose working, and we can. Yeah, we can.
Yeah, that's where it switched. Yeah, because you gotta look at the internet start changing. It start being really the influencers. It start popping in. It start monetizing. Start all these things. So. Yes, it changed.
It's not,
it changed the game because we didn't have to go out and go look for it. We could just be on our phones and look at an open mic or look at something.
And people just
we had
Did
to
you
go
see that?
out to the show to go see some people or do some
I met
stuff.
so many. I met so many dope female MCs too, like at shows and like all over. Because like I said, I was all over the country in my 20s. Like,
That's so good.
And it was so many. When I talk about a freestyle cipher, those were kind of like the freestyle battles. Those were kind of like the things that came to mind when I started creating my event, because the ciphers was crazy. Like when I got to New York and here, you know, I remember Rapping Ron could just rap for hours off the top of his head. Yuck Mouth back in the day, just rapping.
I remember he did
head.
a song on my brother's album.
Yeah, just spitting, right? So you just sit there, beat on the table, and they just go, right? And I didn't see that again until I went to the Bronx, and every other person, like your barber, the preacher, church, the spitting, like everybody could spit, and like the females was like going crazy, just top of the just rapping whatever is around, just spitting. So I'm like, I love it. I love it. I love it. And I watch some. Some of the podcasts now, and I'm like, I know that's
rehearsed.
But I think my friend told me that KRS One said that that's, you know, he changed the definition of freestyle. He was like, I don't know, but
because a lot of them don't freestyle like that.
Yeah,
I like to write. I wrote poetry. I like to write. I write my lyrics. I don't freestyle like that. That's just not my creativity to just come out the head, but I'll put some stuff to the paper. Yeah, most definitely.
You see the look in her eyes, she's like, yeah. She's serious.
I love it.
Poetry, I used to do, I have a couple of published poems. I used to go on to El Cerrito, Richmond. I wouldn't say my Richmond influence, people in Richmond who were like some of my role models here in Richmond got me into poetry and a deeper, like I say literature and things like that to kind of get deeper into my writing.
Right.
That was definitely a Richmond thing, yeah.
You know we love our poets.
Yes.
My daughter is the former poet laureate of Richmond.
So yes, we love poetry, we love the creativity, we love giving back to the people who are coming behind us. I love the way we have found a way to be a part of our community, both in our professional lives and in our personal lives, and we have found a way to blend our passions. Y'all see God is working with me. He like, go on ahead, talk about it. He is letting us know that we are in the right place, doing the right things at the right time. So.
Okay, so before we close out this wonderful episode, look at God. We are going to back this thing up, and you guys are going to tell us again where the people can find you, what events you have coming up, how they can support if they want to donate and send some cash your way. We try to put it out there, you know. Shoot. Shake a hand, make a friend, send a cash app, stop by an event, you know. We need all that. So once again, we're gonna start with you, man.
Okay, so Community Day, July 6th, Lake Merritt Amphitheater. That's 1 Lakeside Drive. Oakland, California, 11 a.m. until 5:30 p.m. Come out. DJ Boo is the DJ, hosted by DJ Stokes, the comedian. I have some special guests. I have some resources, some great food. It's going to be a good time, and it's free and open to the public. You can find me at www.kingsdelectables.com. Go to the events page to find out more about Community Day. You can also follow me on my IG at Max Spooney. And yeah, Spooney T. That's it. Yeah. Come to Community Day. Oh, if you want to donate, you can donate on my King's Delectables page too.
Like Cash Apps or whatever it was.
Just click the donate button and it's going to hook. Yeah, you can pay with your card.
And please continue to support the Black Parent Resource Center at 260 Broadway in Richmond, California. Our website is tbprc.net. Please keep us informed of different resources you may have, different events you may have, so we can display them at our center. And for all the lady artists that's coming up, continue your dreams, continue doing the things that you need to do. If you want to reach me, go to Instagram at NITANERMG, that's Richmond Music Group. Yeah, you catch me there if you need any type of coaching or information about music.
Yay! And y'all know me, Melanated Harmony on Facebook, Instagram. Yes, there's more than one on Facebook. They probably both mine. I hope it's not a third one. But I'm working on the socials, y'all. I'm still new to this. I'm trying to figure all this out. Check out the podcast, of course, on YouTube. Watch this episode 5 times. Then go back and watch all. I think we on season 4. So y'all got 4 years worth of episodes to watch. Catch up and come to the events. Message us. Follow the page so you can see what events are coming up and what collaborations we got going on. And anything else you want to add?
We love y'all. You know, stay positive. Take care of your communities. The best way to give back is to take care of your home, your communities, and each other.
Richmond, yee.
I love it. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Melanated Harmony Podcast, Dart Network, OCAR. We in the building, but we outside. Have a good day.